How do you forgive a family that seats you by the kitchen at your own brother's wedding? I'm Claire, 35, a Savannah florist who poured my heart into every petal for Michael's big day, only to be handed a folding chair like a stranger. The ballroom shimmered with my peach roses, each one a quiet sacrifice. Years of putting Mom and Dad's dreams before mine. I stood there, clutching the rose-etched frame I'd crafted, as Elise, Michael's fiancée, smiled thinly. "Just for plus ones," she said. My gaze swept the room. Mom's proud nod at Elise, Dad's hand on her shoulder, even my ex, Tom, lounging at a velvet-draped table. My throat tightened. I'd rebuilt my life after Tom, kept our family together through storms, yet here I was, invisible. I straightened, voice steady. "Plus one, this," I said, striding out, the gift heavy in my hands. The hush of the crowd followed me under the live oaks. Michael, tie askew, caught my arm, his eyes frantic. "Claire, you don't know what Mom did." My heart lurched. Mom? The woman who taught me love was sacrifice? I gripped the frame, its edges biting my palms. What secret could justify this betrayal, and how deep did it run in the family I thought I knew? The night air pulsed with questions, and I wasn't sure I wanted the answers. The sting of that folding chair lingered, a bruise on my heart, as I drove through Savannah's quiet streets, the rose-etched frame still in my lap. My florist shop, Petals and Promises, had been my refuge since the divorce, its shelves of lilies and peonies a canvas for mending a broken spirit. Pouring energy into Michael's wedding felt like a chance to weave our family closer, but now doubt gnawed. Mom's glowing praise for Elise at every planning session, her perfect daughter-in-law, echoed in my mind, each word a subtle dismissal of my efforts. Dad, always steady, had nodded along, his silence louder than agreement. Running the shop demanded focus, yet the memory of Elise's sharp smile disrupted every arrangement. Michael, once my confidant through childhood summers, had grown distant since meeting her, his texts brief, his visits rare. Planning the wedding, from selecting blush linens to crafting centerpieces, was my olive branch. But his frantic words under the oaks, "You don't know what Mom did," unraveled that hope. At home, my answering machine blinked with a message from Tom, my ex, his voice smug, "Nice exit, Claire." His presence at the wedding, seated like royalty, twisted the knife. A new pain surfaced when Mom called, her tone clipped, urging me to let it go for Michael's sake. Her refusal to meet my eyes at the reception replayed, a betrayal sharper than Elise's words. Visiting my assistant, Jenna, at the shop, her blunt humor cut through my fog. "Elise acts like she owns your family," she said, tossing a dahlia stem. She'd noticed Elise lingering with Mom at the shop, whispering, their glances darting my way. The past tugged harder. Memories of summers with a girl named Leela, my closest friend, until she vanished after a fire at 13. Her laughter, wild and free, haunted me, especially when I saw a faded photo at Mom's house last month, a girl resembling Elise, arm around Leela. Questions swirled, but Mom brushed it off as old neighbors. Dad's unease, his quick subject change, felt like a lock clicking shut. My savings, poured into the wedding, left the shop's budget tight, and now orders dwindled, clients citing better options. A prick of suspicion grew. Elise's event planning firm had ties to my competitors. At a family dinner, Michael's nervous fidgeting and Elise's grip on his arm screamed tension. He avoided my questions about Mom's secret, but his eyes held a plea. Dad's toast to new beginnings felt hollow, his hand trembling. Jenna dug up an article about a fire in Savannah years ago, mentioning a girl who survived but was sent away. The survivor's name was redacted, but the address matched Leela's old house. My pulse quickened. Could Elise be connected? Mom's overprotectiveness of Elise, her insistence I stay quiet, felt like a wall hiding truth. The shop's phone rang late, an anonymous voice whispering, "Check Elise's office." Trust in my family frayed, each thread pulling me toward a past I'd buried. Leela's disappearance, Mom's guilt, Elise's rise in our lives, pieces of a puzzle I couldn't yet solve. Standing among my flowers, their fragrance heavy, resolve hardened. Whatever Mom hid, whatever Elise schemed, I'd unearth it. The photo of Leela and that girl burned in my mind, a clue to a secret bigger than a wedding slight. That night, alone, a package arrived at my doorstep, no sender, just a single peach rose and a note in shaky script. My breath caught. The handwriting wasn't Mom's, Dad's, or Michael's. Someone else knew the truth, and they were watching me. That peach rose and cryptic note haunted my sleepless nights, its words, "You were never the plus one," looping like a taunt. Petals and promises, once a sanctuary, now felt like a battleground. A major client, the Hawthorne Inn, canceled their standing order, citing a mix-up with another florist, Elise's firm. My stomach knotted. Losing them threatened the shop's survival, already strained from wedding expenses. Jenna, ever loyal, scoured invoices, finding discrepancies linked to Elise's suppliers. Doubt crept in, not just about Elise, but about my own judgment. Had I been too trusting, too eager to please Mom and Dad? The mirror in my apartment reflected a woman fraying at the edges, guilt resurfacing from Leela's loss. Her absence had shaped me, taught me to hold family tight, yet that loyalty now felt like a trap. A call to Mom yielded sharp deflection. "Don't stir trouble, sweetheart," she said, her voice tight. Her refusal to discuss Elise or the photo deepened the rift. Dad, when pressed, muttered about past mistakes before retreating to his garden. Their evasiveness stung, a silent agreement to keep me in the dark. Jenna's research uncovered a social media post from Elise showcasing a floral design eerily similar to my signature peony cascade. Accusing her risked alienating Michael, but staying silent choked me. At the shop, a delivery arrived. Rotten carnations, unordered, with my name on the invoice. Jenna's eyes widened. "This isn't random," she whispered. The sabotage was deliberate, and Elise's shadow loomed large. My hands trembled arranging fresh blooms, each one a defiance against the threat closing in. A memory surfaced, Lila and me braiding flower crowns by the river, promising to be sisters forever. Her disappearance after the fire left a wound I'd never healed. The photo linking her to Elise gnawed at me. Visiting the library, old newspapers revealed the fire's devastation, but no mention of survivors. A librarian, catching my search, hesitated, then whispered about a girl sent away to protect her. My pulse raced. Lila? Elise? The truth felt close, yet slippery. Michael's text asking to meet arrived like a lifeline. At a quiet cafe, his fidgeting betrayed nerves. He apologized for the wedding, blaming Elise's stress, but his eyes darted when I mentioned Lila. Pressing him about Mom's secret, his face paled. "You're digging too deep," he said, voice low. His warning, meant to protect, only fueled my resolve. Leaving, a familiar scent, peach roses, hit me. Elise stood across the street, watching, her smile chilling. The shop's troubles escalated. A scathing online review, anonymous but detailed, accused me of overcharging. Customers dwindled, their trust shaken. Jenna rallied, suggesting a pop-up sale to rebuild goodwill, but my confidence wavered. Facing the mirror, old insecurities whispered, maybe I wasn't enough, not for Mom, Dad, or even myself. Lila's laughter echoed, a reminder of promises broken by fire and secrets. Determination flickered. I'd fight for my place, my truth. A late-night call from Tom, my ex, dripped with mockery. "Heard your shop's tanking," he said. His glee hinted at involvement, a thread tying him to Elise's schemes. Hanging up, anger replaced fear. Mom's voice when I called was cold, urging me to support Elise for the family's sake. Her loyalty to a near stranger cut deep, exposing a fracture I'd ignored. Dad's silence on the line was worse, a void where support should have been. Closing the shop, a shadow moved outside, a figure slipping away. Heart pounding, I found a small, charred photo wedged in the doorframe. Me and Lila, our faces half burned, with "sisters" scrawled on the back. The air turned heavy, Savannah's humid night closing in. Someone was taunting me, not with roses or notes, but with a past I thought I'd buried. Who left this? And what did they know about the fire that stole Lila, and maybe my family's love? The charred photo of Lila and me, its edges curling like a fading promise, burned into my thoughts as petals and promises teetered on collapse. A local bridal expo, where my booth once drew crowds, became a stage for public scorn. Elise, radiant in a tailored blazer, unveiled a floral display, my peony cascade, rebranded as her own. Whispers rippled through the attendees, their glances sharp with judgment. My booth, sparsely stocked due to sabotaged deliveries, stood barren in comparison. Humiliation coiled tight, a reminder of that folding chair's sting. Jenna's fierce loyalty sparked a plan to confront Elise privately, but doubt gnawed. Mom's voice, when I called, dripped with disappointment. "Why can't you be happy for Michael, sweetheart?" she asked, sidestepping my questions about Lila. Her allegiance to Elise felt like a blade, slicing away years of trust. Dad's brief call, urging me to keep the peace, carried an unfamiliar tremor, as if he feared my persistence. Their dismissal fueled a reckless need to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. A late-night search through Elise's social media revealed a cryptic post, a peach rose with the caption, "For the sister I lost." My breath caught. Lila? The connection was undeniable, but the why eluded me. At the shop, Jenna found a hidden invoice linking Elise to my canceled orders, proof of her sabotage. Rage surged, tempered by fear. Confronting her risked shattering Michael's world, but silence was no longer an option. Memories of Lila flooded back, her daring spirit, the fire that stole her, my guilt for not saving her. The photo's "sisters" scrawl haunted me, suggesting a bond beyond friendship. Visiting Mom's attic, a locked box yielded a letter from Lila's aunt, thanking Mom for protecting her girl. My heart pounded. Protected from what? Mom's evasiveness, her fierce defense of Elise, pointed to a secret buried in that fire. Michael's unexpected visit to the shop brought tension. His eyes, shadowed with guilt, avoided mine as he begged me to drop my obsession. Pressing him about the letter, his voice cracked. "Mom was trying to save you," he said, then stopped, as if he'd said too much. His cryptic words echoed Dad's fear, hinting at a family pact I was never part of. Leaving, he glanced back, a silent plea in his gaze. The expo's aftermath hit hard. A scathing article in the Savannah Gazette, penned anonymously, labeled my shop unreliable. Clients vanished, their trust eroded. Jenna rallied, organizing a social media campaign, but my spirit wavered. Standing among wilting blooms, the weight of betrayal, Mom's, Dad's, Elise's, crushed me. Tears fell, each one a surrender to the girl who'd lost Lila and now risked losing everything. Tom's taunting email arrived, gloating over my downfall and hinting at a deal with Elise. His betrayal, once a dull ache, now burned with purpose. A call to an old friend of Lila, now a local archivist, uncovered a sealed record from the fire, a survivor sent to foster care under a new name. The pieces snapped together. Elise was Lila, remade, her vendetta rooted in a past Mom had buried. But why me? At a charity gala, Elise's speech praising Mom as her savior drew applause, while I stood in the shadows, invisible. Mom's proud smile, Dad's bowed head, confirmed their complicity. My resolve hardened. I'd expose Elise, but first I needed proof. Slipping into Elise's office after hours, heart racing, a locked drawer beckoned. Inside, a single document waited, its title chilling, Adoption Order. My fingers froze, the paper trembling. Whose name was on it? And how would it rewrite the family I thought I knew? The adoption order's stark print, Leela Marie, renamed Elise Harper, shattered the fragile trust still tethering me to my family. Moonlight spilled through Elise's office window, casting shadows over the document that confirmed she was Leela, my lost friend, reborn with a vendetta. The fire hadn't just scarred her. It had forged a plan to reclaim what she believed Mom stole: love, family, me. My knees buckled, memories crashing in. Leela's hand in mine, promising we'd face the world together. Guilt, long buried, surged. She'd survived, and Mom had hidden her to shield me from blame. Jenna's late-night call pulled me from the daze, her voice urgent with news of a leaked email. Elise had pitched my shop's closure to investors, framing it as a community service. The betrayal cut deeper than sabotage. She wanted my erasure. Yet, a spark of defiance flared. Leela's pain was real, but her war on me wasn't justice. Standing among my shop's blooms, their fragrance a quiet rebellion, resolve took root. I'd fight, not just for petals and promises, but for the truth Mom and Dad had buried. A flashback seized me, the night of the fire, Leela's scream, my frantic run to her house, only to be pulled back by Mom. "It's not your fault," she'd whispered, but her eyes held secrets. Now, the adoption order hinted at more. Mom's signature as Leela's guardian dated weeks after the blaze. Why had she sent Leela away? Confronting her felt inevitable, but fear of her answer gnawed. Dad's silence, his trembling hands at the gala, suggested he knew too, his love for me tangled in guilt. Jenna unearthed a sealed court file accessed through a friend at City Hall. It detailed Leela's foster care placement, with Mom's testimony, to protect both girls. Protect from what? The file mentioned a witness, Tom, my ex, then a teen neighbor. His gloating emails now made sense. He'd been part of Elise's plan, feeding her resentment. Rage mingled with dread. My ex wasn't just cruel, he was complicit in a decades-old lie. The shop's next crisis loomed. A health inspection, triggered by an anonymous tip, threatened closure. Elise's fingerprints were everywhere, her influence choking my livelihood. Yet, the adoption order shifted my perspective. Leela's pain, her loss, mirrored mine, but her choice to destroy me wasn't my burden. A plan formed to expose her at the Savannah Spring Festival, where my floral designs would headline. The stage would be mine. Mom's voice, when I called, quavered with panic. "Leave Elise alone, sweetheart," she pleaded, refusing to meet. Her fear confirmed her role in Leela's exile, but her silence wounded anew. Dad's brief text, "We did it for you," felt like a confession, not comfort. Their love, once my anchor, now felt like a cage. Standing before my mirror, the locket from Leela's attic gleamed, its weight a reminder of promises broken by fire and secrets.
Strength surged, a quiet power born from years of sacrifice.
The festival loomed as my chance to reclaim my voice, to show Mom, Dad, and Elise I wasn't a plus one. Jenna's fierce grin as we sketched designs fueled me. But late that night, a soft knock at my door froze me. No one was there, just a single pristine peach rose, its stem wrapped in a ribbon from Lila's childhood crown. My heart thudded. Was Elise taunting me, or was someone else, closer, hidden, pulling the strings of this unraveling truth? The peach rose, its ribbon a ghost of Lila's childhood, tightened my resolve as the Savannah Spring Festival approached. Petals and promises hung by a thread, the health inspection looming like a guillotine, but Elise's shadow, Lila's shadow, wouldn't break me. Jenna's fierce support fueled late nights crafting a festival display, a cascade of roses symbolizing rebirth. Yet, confronting Elise meant facing Mom and Dad's complicity, a wound still raw. The adoption order's truth pulsed in my veins. Lila had been remade into Elise, and my parents had chosen silence over me. A quiet visit to Mom's garden, where she'd tended her azaleas, forced the truth into the open. Her hands froze when the locket was held up, its gleam accusing. "You sent Lila away, Mom, didn't you?" Her eyes, brimming with tears, met mine. "We had to protect you, sweetheart," she whispered, admitting she'd hidden Lila's survival to spare me guilt over the fire. She'd funded Elise's new life, hoping to atone, but never told me. The betrayal cut deeper than Elise's schemes. Mom's love had built a lie that sidelined me. Dad's confession followed, his voice heavy in their living room. He said, "I went along to keep peace," hands clasped tight. He'd known Lila became Elise, watched Mom nurture her, believing it spared me pain. Their choice to shield me felt like abandonment, a folding chair in my own family. Anger surged, but so did pity. Their guilt had trapped them too. Leaving, resolve hardened. Elise's reign ended now, no matter the cost to family ties. Jenna uncovered a voice memo on a hacked vendor's server, Elise plotting to frame my shop for fraud. The evidence was my weapon, but using it meant exposing Mom and Dad's secret too. At the shop, a new memory of Lila surfaced, her whisper, "You're my real sister," during a starlit night. Was it blood, not just friendship, that bound us? The adoption order hadn't clarified that, and doubt gnawed. Elise's pain was real, but her vengeance was mine to stop. The festival's eve brought a call from Michael, his voice strained. He'd found a letter from Elise, hinting at settling scores, begging me to back off. He admitted loving her but fearing her plans. "She's not who you think she is," he said, voice breaking. His loyalty to Elise clashed with his fear for me, leaving me torn. Refusing to yield, the plan stood. Tomorrow, I'd face her, armed with truth and roses. The locket, tucked in my pocket, felt like Lila's courage, urging me forward. Tom's sudden appearance at the shop, his smirk venomous, added pressure. "Elise knows you're digging," he taunted, hinting at a bigger player in her scheme. His words chilled. Someone else involved? Pushing past fear, focus shifted to the festival stage, where my display would double as a reckoning. Mom's tearful voicemail, pleading for silence for the family, went unanswered. Their love couldn't sway me now. I'd reclaim my place, not as a plus one, but as a woman unbroken. Standing among my roses, their petals soft against my skin, strength surged, a fire of my own. The festival would be my battleground, but a new fear flickered. Elise's desk, searched again, held a hidden note in Mom's handwriting. Keep her safe, whatever it takes. Safe from what? My breath hitched, the locket heavy. Was Elise the threat? Or was another secret, darker, closer, waiting to unravel everything I'd fought for? Dawn broke over the Savannah Spring Festival, the air thick with jasmine and anticipation. But Mom's cryptic note, keep her safe, whatever it takes, cast a shadow over my resolve. Petals and promises display, a towering cascade of peach roses shaped like a phoenix, stood ready, its wings a silent vow to rise. Elise, in a cream dress, mingled with the crowd, her smile a mask I'd shatter. Jenna, eyes fierce, handed me the microphone, the voice memo cued. My heart thundered, but the locket in my pocket pulsed with Lila's strength, urging me to reclaim my place. Stepping onto the stage, the crowd's murmur faded. This is for truth, my voice rang out, steady despite the tremor in my hands. The phoenix roses glowed under the sun, each petal a testament to years of sacrifice. Elise's gaze locked on mine, her composure cracking. You know her as Elise, I said, but she's Lila, my sister, lost to a fire and a lie. Gasps rippled. Michael's face paled. The voice memo played. Elise's cold plan to ruin my shop, her voice venomous. The crowd turned, their whispers a tide against her. Mom stood frozen, Dad's arm around her, their guilt exposed. You chose her, I said, voice soft but unyielding, echoing the folding chair's sting. Elise stepped forward, her shout defiant. You stole my life, she cried, tears streaking her face. Her pain, raw and real, mirrored mine, but her choices weren't my burden. The phoenix, towering behind, symbolized my rebirth, not her vengeance. Applause swelled, women in the crowd nodding, their eyes wet with shared strength. Jenna's quick work spread the memo online, sealing Elise's fall. Michael, torn, approached, whispering, "Didn't know." His regret, though late, softened my anger. Elise fled, her cream dress a blur, leaving the locket's weight lighter in my hand. The crowd's cheers weren't just for me. They were for every woman who'd fought to be seen. Turning pain into power, I'd rewritten my story, the roses my witness. Dad's quiet approach, his eyes heavy, brought a new ache. We thought we were saving you, he said, voice breaking. Mom's silence spoke louder, her hands clutching a scarf Lila once wore. Their love, flawed and fractured, couldn't undo the years I'd stood alone. Yet forgiveness flickered, not for them, but for myself, for the girl who'd carried Lila's loss. The festival hummed, its energy a balm, my shop's future brighter with the crowd's support. A new figure emerged, Luke, the festival's organizer, his kind eyes lingering as he praised my courage. His gentle offer of coffee hinted at a spark, a whisper of romance to come. The phoenix roses, now a community icon, stood tall, their fragrance mingling with hope. Elise's defeat was mine to claim, but Mom's note nod, whose safety mattered and why? The answer felt close, a thread still untied. As the festival wound down, a child's voice called out, pointing to the phoenix's base. Tucked among the roses, a small, sealed envelope gleamed, my name scrawled in Lila's childhood script. My breath caught, the crowd fading. Was this Elise's final taunt? Or did someone else, someone who knew the fire's full truth, hold the key to a secret even Mom feared to face? The envelope among the phoenix roses, sealed with Lila's childhood scrawl, rested unopened in my hand as the festival's lights dimmed, Savannah's night folding gently around me. Petals and Promises, once on the brink, now hums with new orders. The community's embrace a quiet vindication. Inside that envelope lay the final piece of a truth I'd fought for. But peace settled first, a soft certainty that my worth no longer hinged on secrets. The locket, tucked away, felt lighter, its burden lifted by the choice to face the past without fear. Mom's call came at dawn, her voice fragile yet resolute. "I'm sorry, sweetheart," she said, admitting her role in Leela's exile was to shield me from a truth she couldn't bear. Leela was my half-sister, born of Dad's brief affair, hidden to preserve our family. Her words, raw with regret, mended nothing but offered clarity. Dad's letter followed, his handwriting shaky, promising to rebuild trust. Forgiveness stirred, not yet whole, but enough to let them breathe in my heart again, their love flawed but enduring. Jenna's laughter filled the shop, her new phoenix tattoo a mirror to my own resilience. She'd framed a festival photo, me, microphone in hand, roses blazing, hanging it beside my peonies. The image anchored me, a reminder that I'd stood tall, not as a +1, but as a woman who'd reclaimed her story. Customers, drawn by my truth, shared their own tales of betrayal and triumph, weaving a community stronger than Elise's schemes could break. Michael's visit brought a tentative bridge. He'd ended things with Elise, his regret palpable as he spoke of her pain, her refusal to heal. Offering him a coffee, warmth returned, a fragile thread to our childhood. His promise to stand by me, no longer torn, felt like a step toward healing, not just for us, but for the family I'd nearly lost. The locket, now in a drawer, no longer whispered guilt. Luke's gentle presence grew, his quiet support at the shop sparking late-night talks over jasmine tea. His hand brushing mine as we arranged lilies hinted at a future, soft and unhurried, a dream Nora Roberts might pen. Yet, the envelope demanded closure. Opening it alone, under my shop's skylight, a letter from Leela's aunt revealed the fire's truth. No one's fault, just a spark in a dry summer. Elise's vendetta was her own, not mine to carry. The shop's sign, repainted with a phoenix, gleamed under Savannah's sun. Mom and Dad's faces when they visited held hope, their hands clasped as they admired my work. Embracing them, love outweighed pain, a choice to move forward. Leela's memory, once a wound, became a light, her courage in me, her loss no longer my chain. Standing among my roses, their scent a hymn, peace bloomed. I'd found my place, not in their approval, but in the strength to choose myself, whole and unbroken. Sunlight filtered through Petals and Promises, casting golden flecks on the phoenix sign, its wings a quiet testament to battles won. The shop, now a haven for Savannah's dreamers, buzzed with brides and friends, their stories weaving a tapestry of resilience. Leela's ladder, tucked in a velvet box, no longer carried pain but wisdom. Her loss had shaped me, but her love set me free. Standing among my roses, their petals soft as hope, a new strength bloomed, rooted in the truth I'd claimed. Mom and Dad's visits grew frequent, their laughter tentative but warm, rebuilding what secrets had fractured. "We're proud, sweetheart," Mom said, her hand squeezing mine, while Dad's nod spoke volumes. Their flaws, once a wound, now taught forgiveness, a gift to myself as much as to them. Michael's weekly coffee runs, filled with shared memories, wove us closer, his eyes free of Elise's shadow. Family, redefined, became a choice, not a chain. Gentle, sincere storytelling voice of a woman in her 35s to 45s. Jenna's bold plans, a floral workshop for women reclaiming their stories, lit the shop with purpose. Her phoenix tattoo caught the light as she sketched ideas, her spirit a mirror to my own. Luke's gentle presence, his quiet humor over late-night tea, hinted at love's possibility, a melody yet to be written. The locket, now a keepsake, rested in peace, its story complete, while my heart opened to new chapters. The community's embrace, from festival cheers to daily smiles, affirmed my place. Women, inspired by my stand, shared tales of their own triumphs, their voices a chorus of courage. Each bouquet crafted carried their strength, a reminder that no one stands alone. Savannah's magnolias, swaying outside, whispered of roots deep enough to weather any storm, their fragrance my anchor. Now, dear friends, look within. Who dims your light? Who hands you a folding chair? Rise as I did and claim your truth. Share your story, plant your own roses, and let them bloom. Join our workshop, tell us your fight. Together, we shine brighter. What's the first step you'll take to stand tall, unapologetically you?